There we go, another day, another Skyline, another strut top repair. Becoming a regular thing, isn't it? And another great day of nothing but rain. So we're under our temporary shelter, which is just about doing the job. So we've got the leg off, got the brace off, so now just wire brushing all the back of these threads so we can get the bolts out, because we didn't do that on mine and a couple snapped, so it just makes it easier.
Makes more work for me, you mean?
Yeah. So the main difference with this one compared to mine is the fact that it's previously been filled before we bought it, so we're anticipating that because it's been bogged over the top and hidden, as one would call a temporary fix, we're expecting it to be a lot worse. You know, like the type of worse that would come back through in 12 months, say.
So it did actually last longer than 12 months.
Yeah, even though someone has bogged it. Obviously we didn't know it was bogged when we got it, because to be fair they had did the little indents and everything, but now it's bubbled up, you can see in the cracks that it's actually filler underneath. So someone's just bogged it instead of actually welding it and doing it properly. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing that one, and then hopefully that one, and then that'll be 4 out of 4 done. That's the plan. So as you can see, it doesn't look very pretty. Right, so we put a little sheet over to stop all of the debris that there's going to be a lot of flying everywhere while he's mining over there. Focus, focus, come on. There we go. Oh. Oh.
There's your filler there, look.
Let's have a look.
Horrible stuff. Let's see any on there.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, you can see it there. It's just because they've just filled over it. Fucking hide it. And if anything, they've made it worse because they've just trapped it in there, haven't they?
Yep. So look how deep it is compared to yours. Look at that.
Yeah, your hands in the way.
That's not even like filler, that's like some kind of silicone solution.
Oh, they've just
like a rubber.
bogged
rubber
in.
they put over
Mm. Yeah, so unlike where you cut out all of the bad metal and then stitched a piece in, they've just blocked all of the rusty metal in, and then it's just continued to eat its way out, hasn't it?
Yeah, hence why, yeah, mine's a year younger, it's gone worse.
And been in the country a lot less.
Yeah.
But when was yours imported?
Not sure.
Because mine's been in the country 15 years. So it's imported, no, 16 years, because it was imported in 2001. So, because it's been here since 2001, it's been here 16 years. This has been here a lot less, and it's younger. But just because they've bogged it, they've made it work.
It made it worse because it's gone straight through the turret.
What, has it gone through the actual thick piece as well?
Yeah. See daylight.
See, mine had only gone through the top layer. Oh, yeah. Because they just fucking trapped it in, haven't they?
Yep.
They've like accelerated the process, I suppose.
They're still good.
gone.
It's that one patch
It's
there.
gone in the bottom bit because that's probably where the water was sitting. Because is that the lowest point of the plate?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's where it's been sitting, isn't it? Because obviously, as they've siliconed it all up, they've left the water's coming in from. You can see the gap under the panel there. That goes directly to the wheel, so it's coming up through that gap, which on mine we've welded shut now, haven't we?
Yeah.
So it's coming in through there, and then it's just sitting in that low point where the hole is, with nowhere to go, and then it's just eating its way out.
That's similar to what yours was down here. If you remember, just an odd spot on its own.
Yeah, like wasn't it round a weld?
Yeah. Get the cable out of the way.
Yeah. So the problem we come across with this one is obviously on mine, all that sealer along the edge was completely gone, wasn't it? Because it just bulged off and rotted. And the hole in the top was just left uncovered. So even though the water was getting in from the underneath, which is where we think it's coming anyway, from the underneath of the arch, it was coming in, and it could to some extent escape under there, and obviously it could vent out the top. Because someone's bogged and siliconed this, all they've done is created a pocket that the water can get in but can't get out, which now means it's spread through the bottom plate, it's spread along here as well, down to there, and it's also spread all the way up there. Which, you know, I'll put a thingy of an insert of my one now, and you can see the difference in the size. And that's the difference between bogging it and hiding it, and then just sort of doing it.
On its own.
Yeah, and seeing if So rather than just like we just let it. Obviously, we seen it come through, and then did it as soon as we had time. But you know, shit happens, life gets in the way. But we did it, but we didn't bog it, cover it, or hide it. Whereas this is what happens if you try and hide it. Just boxed it in.
Inevitable, it is.
Yeah. And you can see the chunks, got some chunks of filler here. Focus, come on. Focus, yeah, there you go. You can see the thickness of the filler that's been put on it. So, what we're going to have to do now is cut all of the rot out now of the top, so we can see how bad the bottom one is, and then cut the rot out of the bottom one, and repair the bottom one, and then repair the top one. So at the moment we're just removing a few things because we're obviously going to have to cut it out. Things that are going to get hot in the immediate area, so we're just going to remove some things now. So as you can see, we've had to take the fuse box out so we can get it further away from there. To do that we had to remove the washer bottle so that we could get the expansion tank, so we can get the fuse box out so we can get the expansion tank out, so we can unplug a couple of things so we can get this further away, and then we just cable tied it to the
Slam panel.
yeah. And now we're taking off the boost solenoids and stuff. We've already took off the little module for the boost gauge on the other side, and moved the throttle cable, and undone the harness from the side of the strut as well for the brake fluid level.
Tight on the thread, so we'll wind it back in a bit.
So to get these out, as you can see, the threads are a bit rusty. So once we've got the strut off, the suspension leg off, and we could see the threads going through then on the inside of the strut. So
That's what's missing out of that hole there, look.
Why
Just,
brush them
just a plastic bung. That's all there is, isn't it?
oh, that's not on mine.
No, your bung's missing.
Oh. That's why it goes faster though, because there's less weight.
You keep telling yourself that.
Or maybe it's going slower because the hole's creating drag. So as you see, we've got everything sort of away from there that could risk getting hot. We have the fire blanket over the wing.
Time to get the gun out.
Yeah.
There's no point in anything obvious.
So, in the last 5 seconds, the job has now got bigger because we found a little bubble in the paint Oh, focus, come on. Yeah, so in the last 5 seconds the job has just got a lot bigger because we found a little bubble in the paint, so he hit it with his pointy hammer and we've now found a hole on the side of the strut as well. So we're now going to have to undo that bolt and the one on the other side so we can take out the suspension piece underneath.
Well, it's the upper wishbone that'll come off.
Yeah, so we can take the upper wishbone off and then we can place it inside and out, because obviously it needs to be strong there because of that's where the suspension bolts to. So, oh yay, another hole.
More work.
Yeah.
More work.
More work. Not focusing very well today. There we go. Right, so now you're cutting the plate for that bit on the inside because you've welded the other skin, because obviously it's double skin. Where's that plate? Up there somewhere. So there's the plate on the inside. Just trying to make one fit for that side now.
Because we love it.
Right, so now that one's welded, both sides, we can start cutting this one out now. Yeah, which
Surgery time.
is what we started to do a few hours ago before we found that hole and the other hole. The joys of owning a 20-plus-year-old car.
through.
Well, now the bulk of it's cut out, you can kind of see the extent a bit more now. Oh, and the fun continues.
Does indeed, sir, it does indeed.
So now it's all cut out, it's ready for the numerous plates to be stitched in.
Be numerous.
Well, you need 2 on that hole you're picking at there, and then 1 in that bit there, 1 in that bit, 2 on that bit, top and bottom, and then 1 over the top.
Solid as a rock, that lad.
So you're going to weld it top and bottom?
Yep. Seal it up. That's what it needs to be.
Got any use out of that fire blanket? Looks like we've had it for years already. You wouldn't think it was only like 2 days old. Ooh, at least it's finally stopped raining for a little bit. Actually venture out underneath the shelter. So we've been for like 2 days. The bottom bit's been completely rebuilt. The fucking chatty bit. Yeah, I like it. I love the smell of paint though. Tea.
Finished. Oh, tea time. Tea. I'm done.
Well, yeah, well, as I was. And then the bit underneath, we're talking about is that line there from factory isn't sealed, so it just sits flush to the top plate. So obviously there's no chip guard or anything like that that goes on here. So as you're driving along, the water's getting driven up inside the top of the arch, and then it's going through there, and then it goes up under the top plate, comes up under there, but then there's nowhere, because that bit is sealed from factory, there's nowhere for it to escape, so it just sits in the middle and rots through. And then you're supposed to fix it, otherwise some muppet fills it like they've done with this one and then makes it 10 times fucking worse. At least it's done now. Nice. Ta-da! Oh, which better does that look than it did before? All that's left to do is put the brace on, but it's kind of pointless putting the brace on because tomorrow we've got to do that side, so... But for now... Look at that. Sexy.
Don't know about sexy, solid. Yeah.
See? Look how clean all that inner wing is there and everything. Wow, who cleaned that up? Awesome.
Cleaning varies.
3 down. 1 to go. 1 to go. Right, here we are. Day 4. Strut top number 4. 1 left. And it's still raining, as you can see. Yay for English weather. More yay for the event shelter, which has been up solid now for like 4 days, so we could actually work. That side's done, yeah! That side's not done. Ah. Look at that now, look. Right. Trying to go in the boot just to get a little bit of stuff so I can clean that. And it's snapped off in my hand. Oh.
Do us a favour.
What?
Try not to create any more work.
So now what I'm going to have to do, this like factory rivet bit snapped off there. Look at that. It's not a lot of space. I have to try and drill a teeny tiny hole in there and then put like the smallest screw, like a sort of glasses size screw, in it to hold it to the thing, because there's no play because of the seal. Do you know what I mean? It's got to sit flush to that, because that's on the car, isn't it? Yay, fixed it. Had to do exactly like I said I'd do, which was drill a little hole in the stud bit that was sticking up and then put a screw in it. It's just annoying, but it's okay now, so yay. Meanwhile, slightly more surgery needed. Well, at least that's the channel bit prepared, ready for the top plate.
Almost.
Almost. Just a tiny little tack needed to finish it there. Yay, last one finally finished. Just need to paint up now. Yay, finally back together.